Hi, Bob from Cyber Innovation. This video is all about Acuity Scheduling, the pros, the cons, and other considerations. Acuity Scheduling is the top, if not the number one, subscription-based appointment scheduling service I have found, and I've looked at dozens of them. So before I go into the pros and cons, I want to make sure we set the context and kind of find out what kind of a practitioner, what type of appointment setting system you need first. I divide it into two major categories, and I kind of see it as if you're a local services provider. So say you're a barber or a hairdresser or fitness or a chiropractor, and you're locally setting up appointments for people to come into your office. You probably are just looking for relief of your scheduling. Maybe you're tired of taking the phone calls and the emails. You're tired of the cancellations or people forgetting. I mean, that's the goal of an amazing appointment scheduling app, and that's where Acuity shines. It's an amazing app. So if you're just looking for relief or just looking for the simplicity of an appointment scheduling system, Acuity does a beautiful job. And we'll talk about the pros and cons and the different plans that they have there. Now, on the other side of the world, if you're more online, if you're more of a life coach, an energy healer like myself, if you're looking to serve people outside of your local area and it's all web-based, you're probably going to be more apt to want a website that will help you with marketing. You're looking for more of a digital marketing system, which is a website, and inside of the website has appointment scheduling, and inside of the website has blogging and other marketing. People can subscribe to your email list and so many other features. And WordPress is the number one web development platform in the world. And I'm very familiar with this because I've been developing websites for over 20 years, been working with WordPress since 2008, but I'm also an energy healer and a Reiki certified. So I understand both sides. And I've thought about this as I've looked through my website, as I've looked at Acuity. A lot of practitioners use Acuity because it's very simple to set up and a very easy way to take appointments. But then they come to us when they need more marketing, and they come to us when they need more help with digital advertising. So this is why I'm making this video and setting up the two different contexts. So take a moment and think about your business. Again, if you're just looking for time relief, you need something easier to take the stress off your crazy life and you don't need any more marketing, dive into Acuity. You're going to be amazed. You're going to love it. If you're just getting started with your business and maybe you want to do something now, today, and maybe you set up the $15 a month or get started with Acuity, that's definitely something, and you can always add the website later. If you're really looking for a digital marketing platform, take a look at our classes on how to build a beautiful WordPress appointment booking website, and you'll be able to set up the WordPress site, get ready to do the marketing, and then add the appointment scheduling in there. Whether you start with Acuity and add it to WordPress or just go down the website route, both are going to give you a beautiful appointment scheduling site in the end. You just kind of have to decide where you're coming from and where your focus is at. And please follow the link in the description or in the video to access Acuity. We are an affiliate. We get paid a little bit for any referral, and we highly appreciate that. All right, here's the Acuity. It's got a beautiful site here, and where I'm mainly going is to go look at the pricing. They have a freebie, so people are always interested in free. Emerging is 15. The plan I'm going to show you is the growing, which is the 25, and the powerhouse is 50. I was hesitant because I didn't need 6 calendars. I don't have multiple staff or location. I was mainly, for 25, I wanted to get the text messaging, which has been amazing. You can send text messages automatically to your clients to remind them of an appointment. So that extra $10 a month is well worth it to get that. Also, the ability to I have 2 appointment types that are packaged into a package. Right here, appointment packages and gift certificates. I'm not doing subscriptions or memberships at this point, but if you want to offer subscriptions and memberships, you're going to be able to do that as well. All of these come with a 7-day trial. Again, please use our affiliate link when you sign up for that 7-day trial. If you do go forward with it, they'll give us a small commission. The Powerhouse 50, I mean, if you have 36 calendars. That's for a big office. That's for a lot of practitioners. This would be for 6 practitioners in an office or multiple locations. Again, you're going to get all these. This will get into more customization with the API, and CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets. And then they remove this powered by Acuity Scheduling, which I'll show you. If you need HIPAA compliancy, that's where you're going to have to go. But again, for $50 a month, it's a beautiful system that you can integrate into your existing website, or you can run it as a standalone. So as we scroll down here further under features, we're going to see the 4 features. You can do client self-scheduling for all of them, unlimited, but you see the free plan does not have any reminder emails, and it does not have any text messaging. And you've got to get over to this $25 plan to start selling packages and gift certificates and memberships and things of that sort, multiple time zones. So that's the difference between the 25 and the 50. So displaying your logo, those type of things. So let me move over to my website. So my website is gettinganswers.com. At the making of this video, I have Acuity on the site. Maybe by the time you watch this video, I'll have something else, as I'm always testing and trying other appointment scheduling systems. Be sure and subscribe to our channel so you can get updates as I post those, as I find more. And if you have something you have found that you think is really nice, place the comment below and I'd be happy to take a look at it. So the first thing you'll see is this top menu bar that is static. It's there as you scroll throughout the page. This is something supplied by Acuity. It's a nice add-on with some code you can add into your website, into your header area, and that allows someone to just click schedule appointment. And so right here, it shows your scheduling instructions. If someone's coming back, they can log in right there. And then the number 1 says choose your appointment. And I have 2 types of appointments in the motion code session, single or an email motion code session. So they have the choice of, is this going to be an in-person via Skype, Zoom, FaceTime, or by telephone, or is this going to be done via email? So those are the 2 sessions that I have. After that, then Acuity, I have the $25 plan, allows you to create packages. So now this is a package they can buy at a discounted price and have 3 sessions, and they can schedule more than 1. And then here is a 6th session. One of the things I wanted to do was move these to the top, and there really wasn't any way without going up to their $50 plan. But each session, each product has its own description, has its own graphic that you're going to be able to set up. Also, gift certificates. If someone wants to buy a gift certificate for a friend or family member, they can do that. These gift certificates don't have the intake forms. Once they purchase the gift certificate and forward them on, then that person, when they sign up for their session, that's where they're going to get the intake form. And your information and confirmation, that would be if you click this product, it opens up a box where you can pick your time and say you want to do Wednesday the 3rd at 3. I notice here I don't have the 4th of July blocked off, which I'll show you that here in a second, but you just simply click continue, and this is going to get your first name, last name, and the intake form and everything there. Notice here in the corner it says powered by Acuity Scheduling. Again, I'm not a big fan of that. I'm paying them $25 a month. I don't think that should be on there, but that's nothing we can control. So that being said, so let me scroll down. As I scroll down through my page, this is all the information. So again, I built a website to market my services nationwide. I'm not a local provider. I'm a new startup, so I'm looking to do marketing and build a website and more search engine optimization. So my priority was building a website, a digital marketing platform, and adding appointment scheduling to it. If your priority is like you don't want any of that, you just want scheduling, I'll show you here in a moment how you can just run Acuity on its own. So here again, this information is dropped in just as it was up here when you click this, and you've got the same options here as well. All right, so a quick tour of the Acuity backend. So here I am logged in, and I'm just going to show you the month view. That way, I'll just quickly show so I don't have to blank out the screen. But you'll see it syncs with my calendar. So if I have something else going on in the calendar, it knows that those things are there. So this has got 2 blocked off times, 3 blocked off times. So it blocks off the slots when it's synced with your Google Calendar. Or it can be an Office 365. There's other calendars you can sync with, but I use Google. So the first thing Acuity does beautifully is sync with your calendar. So if you set a lunch appointment or another appointment with someone, it's going to notice that and it won't allow the double bookings, and it syncs within moments. I'll show you here in a moment. You can then set your schedule inside of Acuity, and then it combines with the calendar, so it's beautiful. And if you notice, when I was on my website, I hadn't blocked off the 4th of July. What I'm going to do here is just go to the month of July, and I'm going to click block, and then I'm going to pick the date of the 4th, and I'm going to block the day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and say a holiday. And block off the time. So now you see the 4th is blocked off, and that will no longer be on my calendar. So if you're going to take a vacation, you're going to take a day off, you have things scheduled ahead, go ahead and block those times off on your calendar. Or you can go and set up an appointment in your Google Calendar and block it off. So you've got two different ways you can do that, is either in your calendar and it will sync, or you can actually go into the system and block off those days as holidays. So to access the menu bar, you click the little hamburger icon here. Again, this shows you, this is your default when you log in. You can see today, the week, and the month. Scroll down and see more information below. Over here on the left side, this is your appointment calendar, and then this is your client list. So everyone who books an appointment with you, you're going to have name, phone number, email, and it'll save that information. That information can also be synced out to other email services, accounting services. There's so many integrations we'll talk about here. This is where you can see your reports, as well as importing and exporting everything. So that's really everything to do with your appointments. Now, when you want to look at that scheduling page, we talked about there's a link, like this one is gettinganswers.as.me. So I'm going to click this, and this is actually a link. So again, for you practitioners who don't need a website, you don't want to integrate, you just want a page with your info, here's the page you can text to people, you can share with people. This is the page with the same information we saw a moment ago, and this can be added to a Facebook page. There's so many things you can do with this. So again, this is a standalone type system. You can also go down here below, and this is where they talk about direct links and embedding. So if you want your general scheduling page, you're going to follow that link. If you want to send somebody to a specific a single session, I can send them to just this link, and now they come and they're at that one appointment type. So there's a direct link where they don't have to choose the appointment type. So you've got different options. If you have more than one calendar, like more than one practitioner, you can actually send them to that ID. So these are different options that you can send based on the number of appointments or calendars that you have. So I'm going to go back to the general. Okay, the embed scheduler then allows you to embed these schedules, whether it's the general, again, if you want a single session or a calendar for a specific person, choose that, and then copy this code. That code then you will take over to your website and place it in the page in the proper area. This is how I set up this page, and in this area of my website, I pasted that code in, and it displays this on the website. So that's where that's coming from. If you want just a booking button, if you got a button on your page that says book now, you can actually put a button in. And then the booking bar that I talked about, this was the information that made this bar up at the top work. And this code you're going to take and embed in your header. There's in WordPress, there's a header footer plugin that you can use where you put that in the header, and that's how it's going to put the bar in there. So this is an interesting thing for your scheduling page link. Again, over here on the left for client scheduling, you're going to get this information. This name, you can change that link name. It had some crazy name in the beginning, so I just had it match up with my Getting Answers. No one had used that. So instead of gettinganswers.com, you have that. And then you can always preview what you're looking at over here. So here's a preview button of what they're looking at. Close the preview. So again, on the left side under client scheduling page link is where you'll find your page, and then this is where all your direct links and embedding will go. Again, if you're using a website, WordPress, You can drag and drop an HTML block or an HTML code and paste that in. If you're using a website builder like Wix or Squarespace, again, they're going to have an HTML block where you'll drop the code in. You're going to want to copy this code and place that in, and that's going to place the appointment booking in that area. The next thing down on the left is customizing the appearance. This is where if your template, if you want it based more on a monthly, if you have clients that are booking like a week ahead of time or a week in advance, you want to have your default view be monthly rather than daily if people are booking in the near term. This business name was also kind of a catch-22 with me. This business name, I had to name it Scheduling a Motion Code Session, which was odd, but that was the only way I could get this to read Scheduling a Motion Code Session with Bob. So it pulls that into that header. So that's something to consider. This is a logo. You can put in your logo. I put in a picture of me, but it just displays that there at the top. This is where you fill out this top section. So again, if I expand the preview, this top area right here, if we close that, is this information here. So you can bold, italic, left, you can add images. There's a lot more you can do, align. I mean, you can make the page a lot more beautiful in design. I wasn't looking to do that because I was placing it inside of another web page. So your week starts on English. I mean, they have every option here. I'm not going to go through every one. They have a great support. They have lots of videos, but this is how I set mine up. You can choose fonts. They have a few of them to choose from. Not a lot, but still you can use different fonts. And then you can use different accent colors for your button. So I happen to change mine to that color. If you want to get into changing the wording and the scheduling, I mean, there's some other options here for disabling login and hiding duration and hiding prices and collapsing categories. It's going to be there. I checked require phone number because I want to make sure people are getting my text reminders. And I disabled recurring, it didn't fit my sessions. So those are options you can take a look at, test them, and work on them there. Again, if you need any help, like here, they have Pants on Fire help. You can search. They've got a great support group. Anything that you add or test here, you can expand the preview and view it live. The next link on the left is the advanced CSS. Like it says, it requires coding knowledge. So for you web developers out there who know CSS, you're going to have to go to the Powerhouse plan, which is $50 a month. Again, I did not need that because I was just embedding it. Don't worry about that if you're a single practitioner. It's not the $50 a month Powerhouse plan would be for multiple doctors who have probably have a web developer on staff, and they're going to do some CSS coding to make it match. That's probably nothing you'll be able to need to worry about. The next thing on the left, which is probably the most important, and maybe the first thing we should have looked at, is your business settings. The first tab goes through availability. So think of availability. Like I said before, it syncs with your calendar, but in here is where you say, here's where I'm available to take appointments. So mine I've set up Monday 9 to 6, Tuesday 9 to 8, Wednesday 9, so Friday I'm only doing 9 to noon, Saturday I'm doing 9 to 6. I have nothing on Sundays. So I have regular hours every week. So your calendar syncs, but then Acuity only books you in these times. You can set client scheduling limits. Again, set up block time. There's just so many things you can do here, and very flexible. So it stays in sync, and you can do it based on appointment types. If you got certain appointments that you only do certain times of the day or certain days of the week, it's so flexible. All the appointment systems I've found have an amazing amount of flexibility based on how you do your appointment. Default scheduling limits are right here at the top. You can default start times based on the appointment type, and then you're going to allow them to reschedule. Prevent client scheduling appointments less than 4 hours in advance. So if you want more than a 4-hour notice, maybe you want a 1-day notice, you can change that. You can prevent canceling less than 6 hours. This is a look busy feature they have where you can hide 50% of your available appointments if you're just getting started. That way your calendar doesn't look like you have every slot open. So again, a number of things that you can test here. Next is appointment types. I only had 2 appointment types because I'm a single practitioner doing a motion code healing. I either do it in person via Skype or Zoom, or I do it via email. Those are my 2 types. So I have it pretty simple. If you're cutting hair or barber, but you may be a gym with multiple types, or you may have other add-ons or things of that sort. You can do all of that. You can do all these here. So I just have these 2 sessions. Intake form questions are questions that you want to ask people to agree to ahead of time. I'm going to click edit here. So here's my intake form, our session, list anything, and you can save it. So you've got text drop down, checkbox, yes, no, file upload, address. I mean, there's so much you can request there. So next on the left is packages, gift certificates, and subscriptions. Again, this will not be available if you're at the $15 a month plan. You would have to go to $25 a month to have the ability to come in here and create packages. Now, an interesting thing you can do, even with the other plan, is just go out and create one called a 3-session package for $240. So you can also go out and create a product called gift certificate. So there are ways around doing that, but I just went ahead and paid the extra $10 a month because I wanted the text messaging. So this was a bonus that came along. So I don't know if you would need to buy this only for gift certificates and packages. But if you want subscriptions, if you're going to have a membership and somebody's going to pay so much a month, then you're definitely going to need to upgrade here. So I created 2 packages of the either 3 sessions or 6 sessions, and then also the 3 different gift certificates. The next on the left is managing users. If you want to enable other people to manage appointments, maybe you've got a receptionist, a business partner, Aunt Louise, you can definitely add users as well. Integrations are mind-boggling. So this is one of the big benefits of Acuity. You can drop in a Facebook pixel if you want to do some Facebook advertising. Of course, you can set up Google Analytics to track the people. Zoom is a conferencing system. So for mine, as soon as someone books an appointment, it sends them an email with a Zoom link, gives them the instructions on how to set up and download the Zoom app and be ready for the meeting that day. Accounting and invoicing, if you want this to automatically connect with QuickBooks or whatever accounting system you use. I touched on before, I highly recommend you connecting with a MailChimp or an Aweber. ActiveCampaign is what we use. So when someone signs up for an appointment, they get added to your email list so you can send news, announcements, follow-up specials, things of that sort. If you run a CRM, Infusionsoft, Pipedrive, if you want it to go to Google Sheets, there's so many integrations here. Again, contact Acuity, look at their site or their documentation. They have everything you could ever ask for with webhooks, connected apps. The big one here is payments. They set up either Stripe, Square, or PayPal. This is the one company. I've seen some of the appointment scheduling systems are only PayPal. Some of them are only Stripe. Some don't support Square. So if you're already using Square, a lot of practitioners I know have a Square account set up and they swipe in person. So it's easy to integrate and take your payments through here as well. Stripe is probably the preferred setup vendor now these days if you're setting up something brand new, but also PayPal. If you already have one, you'll be there. Here it talks about integrating with Facebook Business, GoDaddy Website Builder, Squarespace, WordPress, Weebly, Instagram. I mean, there's so many things you can connect to. Again, a big bonus for Acuity, and I think they've done a fine job building their integrations. Syncing with other calendars, I talked about you can do Google Calendar, iCloud, Office, Exchange, Outlook, or a one-way subscription, which I'm not sure you'd want to do that, but this will help block things off. Payment settings, this is where you're going to go in and set up your settings, and then of course email. Here's where you're going to edit the emails. When someone gets an appointment scheduled, this is the information that gets sent out. Here are the reminders. Up to 3 reminders can be sent 1 hour before, 24 hours before. If you want to add an extra email reminder, I could. Cancellation, here's some cancellation information, rescheduling, follow-ups. I mean, it's mind-boggling what you can do with these appointment scheduling systems. The defaults were great for me. I think they did a beautiful job, but you have complete flexibility on how you can change and set that up. All right, to summarize, we've covered a lot here, and I hope your mind isn't boggled. Let me try to settle things down again. First of all, you have to ask yourself, what's your priority? Are you just so overbooked and busy and people canceling? And you know, the main thing right now is appointment scheduling. You're going to want to probably just go down the Acuity path and get something scheduled. If you're not worried about any additional marketing or products or services, just go down the Acuity path. Now, if you need a website, if you need more search engine optimization, if you need to publish articles, if you need people to subscribe to your email newsletters, if you want to share more content on social media, if you sell jewelry or other products or services or promote books, maybe affiliate offers, then you're going to want to focus more on the website. That's where you want to put your money towards the monthlies and the annual fees of a website with good plugins versus spending money on a subscription service with something like Acuity. Or third option is you're going to get to that eventually, and right now you just need scheduling. You bet. Go with Acuity. If you need something now and you want to get set up today and you want to share a page and you want to show people here's something to get busy with, then get a subscription service, get Acuity. But if your focus is more long-term but building a website, getting search engine optimization and more business through the website, then focus there. Look at our classes. I've got a course. I'll take you step by step through the process, and you'll learn how to build a beautiful appointment booking WordPress website and then grow and expand it from there. So appreciate you taking your time to watch this. Let me know if there's any questions or comments below.